Do y'all believe in the iridology, where they can read the irises and tell you what's wrong inside your body? Listen, I was skeptical and I'm still, I don't know, but here's what happened a couple years back. We live out in the country, way several counties over. There's this famous Amish man. He's legendary, Reuben. So anyway, to get an appointment with Reuben to read your irises and tell you what is wrong inside your body, you have to write to them because the Amish do not have phones. They don't have electricity. So several years back, we did that. My sister had come for a visit and she had brought her German foreign exchange student. Now, this German foreign exchange student had been away from her for several years. She had her during high school, but now the girl was in college. So anyway, she had brought her up here, and it was the day before we were about to go drive to our appointment with Reuben. Me and her, just me and her, we're walking along the country road here, and we were just chit-chatting, and she asked me out of the blue, she said, "Jill, do you believe in God?" So I said, "Yes, I do, actually, because I'm older and I've seen some things and I've had some things in my life. And when I had begged God for help, my life turned around. When I was able to turn my heart and believe in Jesus, that he died for our sins, my life turned around. That was just my personal testimony, okay?" I told her, she said, "Well, I don't believe in God, and most of the young Germans don't believe in God. It's only the older Germans that go to church and believe in God." No judgment from me, because when I was young, I was wild as a buck. I was out doing my own thing. And I told her, I said, "Well, honey, I understand that. You're young, just give it some years and keep your mind and your heart open, because something may happen in your life along the way where you're going to change your mind." Me and her had that private conversation. Here's what happened when we saw Reuben. How it goes down is one of y'all sits and takes notes while they're reading your irises. Now, we didn't get Reuben, he was booked, but we got his protege, Jacob, another Amish man. So I go in with my sister. My sister's taking notes. I'm getting my irises read, okay? Then it's my mom's turn, and my sister's taking notes from my mom. I go out, sit in the car. Then it's my sister's turn, and my mom's taking notes. Then it's German foreign exchange student turn, and my sister's taking notes. So now me and my mom are sitting out in the car, and out comes the German foreign exchange student, and she gets in the car. My sister's right behind her, and what she says, "He tried to convert me." And my sister said, "Now that's not quite what happened. Here's what happened." My sister was taking notes, and Jacob, that was reading her irises, the German students, he said, "I see a lot of stress in your eyes, which is very unusual for someone so young. You should not be so stressed out, The next thing he said was, "Do you believe in God?" Now, the conversation that we had was just between me and her the day before. She knows this. He doesn't know this. There's no way he could know this. I don't know what she said. Carol, my sister, never told. But that's what went down. Now, it gets even stranger. So my sister's telling me, while she's taking notes and he's reading my mother's eyes, he says, "I see in your right eye a lot of anger towards a woman." And he said, "How was your relationship with your mother?" Well, now my mom was very private, very private. Our grandmother was a saint, absolute saint. And so my mom is like aghast, and she said, "Well, my relationship was fine. My mother was a lovely woman. She was a great mother. She's been gone a long time. I never had any problems with my mother." My sister says, "I know who it is. It's Grandma Ruby." Now, that's my mom's mother-in-law, my dad's mom. So then my mom gets absolutely mortified, face turns beet red. Jacob starts laughing. He goes, "I understand. I have a mother-in-law too." The end of that then. So later on, my sister tells me, she says, did you notice when we were out driving to get there? It was Appeldorfer Road or something like that. I'm like, no, I wasn't paying a bit of attention. I'm looking out the window. I ain't reading street signs. I don't know anything about Appeldorfer Road. She said, "It was on Mom's right side." She said, "Appeldorfer Road, Mom had to have seen it. It was on her side of the car. That was the street one of my dad's mistresses lived on." Yeah, and that was news to me because I had no idea. I mean, I knew my dad had tons of mistresses over the years. The first time I ever heard about that, I think I was in 7th grade. But yeah, and so that probably explains the hate in my mama's eye on the right side where Appledorfer Road. Uh-huh. So if you ever have a chance to do iridology, have your irises read, definitely do it. Now, I want to make another appointment because it's been many years now, and I want to see what has changed. I wish I had kept the notes, what they had said about me. But the deal is, it's free, like where we go with the Amish. You just tip them. And then if you want to buy herbs, spices, ointments, tinctures, whatever, because they will write down things that will help your body, whatever is ailing you in your body, they will write it down. And you could buy it or you cannot. Either way, it's up to you. It's fine. But they got a whole process going out there. There was like a room here with a bunch of little Amish ladies, and they were weighing out baggies, and it was almost like Breaking Bad. I don't know, but then they've got like other rooms where different proteges are doing the iridology too. Now, I had heard through the grapevine a long time ago, Reuben being old, he had passed away. I don't know if it's true or not, but isn't that crazy?